What's up, internet? My name's Ori. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit that like button. Smash that notification bell so you never miss a video, never miss a stream. Today is Saturday, July 16th. It's day 11 inside the Big Brother house. And we had nominations yesterday. So we kind of were talking about it in yesterday's update about what was going on, what the plan was for nominations. And in fact, little shout out, there will be links for it in the description. There should be a post in the comments with the link as well. If you were watching on Twitch yesterday while I was live, you would have gotten the news of who was nominated right with the rest of us as we had the feeds pulled up and we were talking about it. But if you weren't there and you need to know who Jasmine nominated for eviction, it was HoH and Taylor. So kind of easy week for Jasmine since both of them asked to be nominated. They both volunteered to be on the block. HoH very early in Jasmine's HoH, he came up with this idea. He's like, look, put me on the block, right? Put me up there with Brittany, and we don't even put Taylor on the block at all. If worst case scenario, he said, Michael wins veto or something, takes Brittany off, we put Taylor up. And even if the veto doesn't get used, we just send Brittany home. He seemed like it was like a perfect plan to him. Jasmine, she was like, look, this is my HoH, not your HoH, Pooch. I'm going to do what I want to do. And it was kind of interesting because as soon as Pooch said, hey, yeah, I'll put my name on the block, everybody's like, okay. And then they go, do we vote out Pooch? Do we vote out Pooch? Seems like the only people right now who, let's say it came down to it and everything stayed the same, Pooch, Taylor on the block, I think the only people who might save Pooch and vote to evict Taylor would be Turner, Monty, Joseph, and maybe Kyle. That might be 4. He might have 4 votes. I'm pretty sure everybody else at this point would just vote Pooch. They would be like, yeah, why not? Taylor is seen as like the mutual house target from everyone, right? So like continuing from last week, since she was the house pariah and target that everybody was, pushing for, why not stretch it into this week? But everybody's starting to realize, like, well, if everyone wants Taylor out, why do I have to be the one to get Taylor out? Is Taylor coming after me? I don't think so. I think I can actually do well if Taylor's still here. Taylor's not coming after me. She's going after Monty, right? She wants Monty out hard. So why take her out? Why not use her to get Monty out? So everyone's starting to realize that keeping Taylor this week over Pooch, if it comes down to it on Thursday, is the right plan. Now, don't get me wrong. If Pooch comes down, almost anyone who goes up will be a pawn. And it would be Taylor who would be sent packing. The only way I could see it is if Jasmine was like, screw it, let's get crazy with this. And she put up like Monty. But I feel like she would think that's too much of a target on her to be like, because one of the other ones, she was like, Joseph. She's like, no one's going to vote out Joseph. Like they were talking about this last night. It was Amira. I think maybe Alyssa was there. They were like, no one's going to vote out Joseph. So when do you get him out, right? So they're definitely thinking, they're starting to play a little bit more and strategize a little bit more than just, oh, this is an easy vote, let me throw them up, right? So they're starting to play the game. They're starting to get into it a little bit more in depth than just, oh, we don't like Taylor, let's get Taylor out, right? Or, oh, Taylor's an easy vote, let's just put her up. There's a few of them who are still in that camp, but I'd say the majority of the house are already on that thing of like, if Pooch is on there on Thursday, he's gone. Now we did get veto picks already. We haven't had the competition yet. That'll probably happen today. So we'll find out a veto winner. I'll have that in tomorrow's update episode. But the picks for veto, they look good for Pooch and Taylor, to be honest, because Pooch, Taylor, Jasmine, they're already competing. Jasmine's on one leg, so that's pretty much just Pooch and Taylor going for it. They have 3 people that were picked to play: Terrence, if you're Taylor and Pooch, you're loving seeing that pick. Amira, who, depending on what the competition is, right? Maybe it's something that suits her strengths, right? Not a bad pick. And Michael, the first veto winner of the season. So Michael might try and go for 2 veto wins just to keep it from Pooch, or he just might throw it and say, screw it. If either one of them wins, I don't really care. But he could end up seeing himself on the block or Brittany on the block if one of them do get pulled down. So he might actually push for this. He might actually push for this pretty hard. That was actually something that was a concern from some of the house guests, was if you put Taylor and Pooch up, will Michael win the veto and use it to take Taylor down? And they were like, well, no, he won't do that because Brittany will go up. So he wouldn't do that. I mean, if you would put Brittany up, Pooch is going to go, right? Pooch is going to go on Thursday. So maybe you go, well, they might try and evict Taylor. So if I get Brittany on there and it's Brittany versus Pooch, guarantees Pooch is going home. Brittany's not going home against Pooch. There's a few of the girls that don't trust Brittany as much now. I think it was Amira who Brittany kind of threw under the bus by spilling some of her secrets to people. But it's gonna be interesting to see how this all kind of breaks down from here. Other than that, we can switch over here to the Alliance chart just to get a little bit. It's not the final one for the week. I've added a few things, changed a few things, subtracted a few things. So as you can see, Paloma is removed all of the instances of her being in alliances. I've taken out, so no longer do we see Paloma involved in any of these, but there are some unique little pairings here going around that's going to be interesting to see how this all works out this week. Like I said, I think Pooch really only has Turner, Joseph, Kyle, and Monty. Daniel's in some alliances with him, but that's not who he's loyal to. He's most loyal to Nicole and their final 2. They've kind of shared all their information with each other at this point. You also might notice the change in the Mamba Alliance. I knew their name was going to change. I just didn't know what their name was going to be. Apparently, they ended up on Bleep. How do you go from Mamba to Bleep? I don't know. But that's apparently what they're going with for their name. So we'll see how that one goes. So there's still going to be just adjustments. We'll have the final full alliance chart ready for Thursday's episode. So when we're getting ready to kind of figure out like votes and all that kind of stuff, we'll be able to break that down even more. But yeah, other than that, it's all about what's going to happen in the veto. As far as the plan right now is Jasmine would just like it to stay the same, and then they can vote Pooch out at the end of the week. Kind of blindside him here because he's going to think he's safe the whole week. If it's him and Taylor on the block, he's just going to sit back and relax, right? So if most of the house had their way, the veto would stay the same. In the case of a replacement nominee, I think the most likely candidate would probably be Brittany if either of them came down, because she would just be a good pawn to kind of throw up there. Jasmine wouldn't want to do it, but she could. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. That pretty much wraps it up for the day. There's not much else that really happened. Jasmine had her one-on-ones with everyone, and she was asking like, hey, who would you put up? Who would you put up? And most of them said Taylor, right? It's like, yeah, Taylor, but also Pooch, right? Pooch is volunteering. I'd put Pooch up. So it is what it is. We'll see how it all works out. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little update. I know there's not a lot to really go off of today, but we did get the nominations yesterday. Once again, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. If you made it all the way through this video, also hit that notification bell. You get notifications every time I post a video, every time I go live. We do Thursday watch-alongs for the episode. We also do live streams over on Twitch, pretty much all the times. The only days we're off are usually Saturdays, though I do want to promote next Saturday, July 23rd. I'm doing a 12-hour stream over on Twitch. So I know that's a long time for people to come hang out, but we got 12 hours. You can come stop by, hang out, pop off if you need to, but come say hi. July 23rd, next Saturday. It's going to be 4 p.m. Eastern to 4 a.m. Eastern. We're going all night long. We'll definitely have feeds up, so we could be doing some late night feed watching. Probably playing some games throughout the day, hanging out, chatting. It'll be a good old time. So make sure you follow over on Twitch as well. For that, follow me on Twitter, any socials that you want, ignore what you want. But once again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you tomorrow.